Brew, I bought this game called Monkey King Hero is back. That game's goofy as hell.
Never heard of it. Alright, here we go. Welcome, guys, to the newest episode of GamingForFools podcast. Here with my co-host, Eric.
Hello.
What's up, BB? This is episode 13. We're in the fucking teens, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the fucking teens. Our show is in the teens, and it's fucking bleeding or growing fucking pubic hair.
Well, 13, like what, the puberty stage, you know?
Puberty
Am I wrong?
stage. We're getting angsty. We're getting edgy. We're saying
our
like a couple
fucking
slurs.
bald are dropping. Yeah.
Our balls are dropping. Fuck yeah, dude. Alrighty, so for today's show, we're gonna be covering StarField impressions. We're gonna be going over Game Pass, PS Plus, Last of Us remake, The Quarry, and maybe a little more. But for now, we're gonna start with StarField. So you saw the StarField reveal, the gameplay reveal recently. What did you think?
Yeah, they showed it at I believe it was the last game that they showed for Summer Games, I believe. And no, not for Summer Games, for Xbox Bethesda. They show. It was the last game that they showed.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I think it was like a couple presentations before that they showed the new. I guess Kojima's making a game for Xbox, which is funny.
Which pissed me off. He betrayed.
He just came in and said, "Hey, what's up? Making a game."
He fucking
cool.
defected.
I'm gonna make a game for Xbox. Hope you guys like it. Peace. And that was it. Everybody was expecting more like a fucking game, but nope.
I'm furious.
Yeah, but besides that, yeah, they showed StarField. I know people have been waiting for a while since they've announced it, and there's never been gameplay for it. And finally gameplay came out for it, and at least seeing from most reactions, it's not that the game looks bad or anything. It's not what people kind of expected from the show.
Yeah, it was a little underwhelming. I gotta say, it was looking a little rougher on the edges. I understand that this game is a work in progress, but there were just so many similarities between this and Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and I don't know. It looked a little gray for my taste. It's
I know there was
nearly...
like frame rate drops fucking during the presentation.
There was frame rate drops. People thought it was maybe the stream lagging, or because people are streaming the stream, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, but then the video came out for the gameplay for it, and no, it was being choppy there too.
Yeah, I mean it's in
so
rough
it wasn't
shape.
a stream thing.
And we're maybe 5 months away from launch. I think it's releasing this year, right? Is that correct, or is it next year?
I want to say next year. I don't think it's.
Oh, it's next year. They pushed it back. Oh, so
I might be. I don't know.
So we're probably at least minimum 6 months away from this game, and it's still looking pretty.
Yeah,
rough,
2023.
man.
Yeah, 2023.
So confirmed fact, 2023 release.
Yeah.
And so it's looking kind of rough, man. I just hope that we don't see another Fallout 76 launch, because in that case,
looking at the comments right now, a lot of people are saying like, I miss being so hyped with game trailers without feeling suspicious about the actual launch gameplay. It looks promising, but this looks like it'll be like No Man's Sky or like Fallout 76, where
or Cyberpunk.
You can't tell if like this is gonna be in the actual game, or like, or this is just like editing.
Right. And yeah, I mean, we've got companies like CD Projekt Red, Bethesda, and more, or like recently Rockstar announcing that GTA remaster, and it might be a fucking mobile port, and it's had so many bugs. It was insane. It's just a risk of pre-ordering, generally, and buying.
Yeah,
day
that's
one.
for another subject. But yeah, this is kind of like the risk of just pre-ordering a game and hoping that you don't get fucked over.
It's a problem, but with this game in particular, I think it looks like it's in rough shape. It needs some more time. It has a lot of similarities to Fallout. A lot of the character models look very samey. I don't think they were stripped from the Fallout series, but they look uncanny. They look uncanny in terms of like resemblance. And
there was a point in the show where, as soon as the guy jumped, like with his as soon as he started as he jumped and he was like floating in the air because he was in his spacesuit. That's when people were like, "Oh, okay, so this isn't Fallout." Because the entire like most of the gameplay when they were showing like this shooting and whatever, they were like, "Are they showing the right game or?" Because this looks like this doesn't look like a different IP. But as soon as he jumped, and then you could control the spacecraft, it's like, "Oh, okay, at least there's something different for it."
Yeah, the gameplay, the actual shooting mechanics looked fine. I think ever since 4, they revamped the first-person shooting, and they got some Halo developers into the studio, and they really reworked that thing. It feels really good. Even in 76, it feels like the best it's ever been. And so I'm hoping this game will take that step and just keep pushing. Gameplay looked, the actual moment-to-moment looked fine. The environments some of them looked really interesting, some others, to me, didn't. They looked really great, but then when you got into the suburban, the urban areas, all the smoke, all that like futuristic setting, it looked great. I thought it looked fucking fantastic. The space stuff, I'm not too interested in. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I'm not too much into like that super high futuristic fantasy kind of thing.
Did you play No Man's Sky? I don't remember.
No, I probably would have fallen asleep playing that game.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I guess at least here, like I guess there's like shooting or whatever, but yeah, I'm not much of a exploration guy.
When it comes to this game, they're taking a cue off of Fallout 76 and the older Fallouts, and they're removing the voice actors for this game, so there's not going to be anyone voice acted for your lines. So basically, you're going to have a choice of like maybe 5 at least in terms of like dialogue options, and you'll be able to branch out in whichever way you see fit. But, when we had Fallout 4, those lines were voice acted by a male or female, depending on your choice. And so now that is being removed, which I think it's a good
downgrade.
It depends. It really depends on your preference, because I don't mind either way. But if you're really trying to roleplay, and so you're imagining yourself, if you're imagining yourself playing a game a character you created for the game, having a voice that's not yours, it's really gonna take you out of that RPG like gameplay thing. But if it's not voice acted, you could see yourself, you could read it in your own voice, and really feel yourself as the character that you just created.
It sounds funny.
But
yeah, I get you.
But you say it's a downgrade. Why do you say that?
I mean, I would always prefer voice acting if there's if given the option. Like I think the only time I don't mind voice acting is I guess for the Zelda games, because it's always been like that. Or like Link, just besides like grunting, he doesn't talk at all. I don't know. I've always liked it when, I mean, I'd rather have dialogue than just fucking the person not saying shit.
I think it really depends, because I'm playing Judgment right now, which is a Yakuza spin-off.
Funny game, by the way.
Fucking hilarious game. And so the main story missions are all voice acted, animated, and then you go to the side missions and they're all text based. So every now and then they'll say something. It's weird because like if like the main character's meeting another character, he'll be like sup, but then the text will say something completely different. So it's really jarring how it just goes from like fully voice acted to just text and then back again. But in this game, in Starfield, it's going to be completely text-based in terms of your protagonist's character. Everything else will be voice-acted. So, I mean, I'm going to give the game a shot. I just don't know if I'm going to buy it day one. I'm going to give it a week of reviews and impressions, and then I'm going to go from there. But as of right now, I don't think it's a pre-order or a day one for me. That's a safe bet.
Yeah, it's not exactly like a game I'm interested in currently. Maybe they'll show more stuff than I do, but yeah, it's one of those games where it's like, okay, it's cool that it exists, but not really probably for me.
Same.
By the way, this is also Starfield's only for Series X and PC, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that. That was announced for everything.
Oh, remember?
The
Let me
deal.
double check.
The
Cause I am
deal, right?
right now it just says Xbox, but let me
'Cause
double check.
from my memory, Bethesda promised that all of the games that were already announced for next gen consoles on PlayStation were still going to be shipped for PlayStation. But I don't know if that
Nope.
changed recently.
I said it on the YouTube video, and then I checked Google, and it says platform Series X, Series S, and Microsoft Windows.
So they redacted that statement. It's only coming out for Xbox.
I
and
guess I
and
guess
PC.
so. Yeah, StarField is exclusively because again, if you guys forgot, Microsoft did buy Bethesda, so they have complete ownership over the games, and I guess they had promised that fucking any games that were announced, at least for the time being, were gonna be for multi-platform. But I guess for this one, it's just for Xbox systems or PC, whichever.
It's time to get a PC. Fuck.
You don't want to get an Xbox?
Fuck no.
Oh my fucking god!
Do you know who was recently talking shit about Xbox and Bethesda? David
who?
Jaffe of Sony. These are the guys who made like Twisted Metal. I was he involved in God of War? I don't remember. David Jaffe. I know for a fact he made some of the Twisted Metal stuff. Anyways, this guy went on record saying recently that he thought that Bethesda, the reveal of StarField was trash. He said that the game needs to be fucking pushed back a year or more. He said that Game Pass it's great for the short term for the consumer, but it's bad for the long term in terms of creativity. He was also saying that Xbox cannot, for the life of them, create an original IP. They cannot.
Okay, but I think,
and I agree with that.
in my opinion, the whole creativity, I don't understand what that means for the Game Pass. I don't know. I don't really know what he means.
So
by
what he
that.
means by that is Xbox doesn't have the ability to create original IPs. Sony, you have God of War, you have all that stuff. But for Xbox, all of their IPs are fucking they're
No.
average at best.
I agree with that. But what did he mean by the whole like Game Pass doesn't allow creativity?
What he meant by Game Pass being some kind of danger to the industry is that we're gonna see less diversity in their games, and that it could be a potential danger for settling a business model for the future. Like we've already seen PlayStation is adopting this model, and it's fine for someone who just got a console, who is new to gaming, who's on a budget. These kind of services are perfect. But if Xbox, being the kind of company that it is, and just buying talent as opposed to creating internally, if they keep continuing in this path, they're not going to have any offerings that are original and exclusive to Xbox. Does that make sense?
I sort of, I guess. I don't know really, but at least for my opinion on it, I'm like half and half. I think Game Pass is like probably the best thing about Xbox. It's probably like it's probably like the selling point of the system for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree in the sense that it's just an issue with Xbox for whatever reason, where they bought a bunch of companies, and as I saw their showcase, which before it started, they announced all the games they were showing were just gonna be games for this year, or I guess like the beginning of 2023, not too long. But they promised that they were only gonna show games that were coming out this year, which is cool. I'd rather see games that are coming out rather than, oh, show me a game and it's like, oh yeah, here you go. We'll show you more and the game will come out in like 5 years. It's like, fuck, alright, that's whack. But I liked how they did it. But again, it's just an issue where I don't understand where Xbox, for whatever reason, just they don't have IPs that are interesting. So like, they have Gears, they have Forza, they have Halo. Then
what else?
Well, they had a Cuphead, but
they had.
But I guess it's multi-platform now. It's multi-platform.
They had Titanfall.
Yeah, they had Titanfall, but I mean, they don't make that shit.
All of those deals expired, and they're multi-plat now. So you see what I'm saying is they don't have anything like original. Like all of their games that are coming out nowadays, they're good, but they don't have anything on Sony's fucking level.
Yeah,
They don't have a Last of
kind
Us. They don't have God of War. You know what I mean? They don't have a Ghost. You know,
that's kind of the issue right now. It's just I think like Game Pass is probably like, if somebody would have asked me what were the benefits of each console, if you're on a budget, I would recommend Xbox. But if for longevity and if you want like a lot of good games, for sure PS5. But I do think there's also longevity with the Game Pass.
I think.
But I feel like if you want like interesting IPs, for sure better PlayStation.
If you're a casual gamer, if you're a new gamer who just bought an Xbox or whatever it may be, and you're new and you're on the budget and you're not you're a third party guy, like you play Madden, you play.
That's what I know. I think you could be a hardcore person in like Game Pass too, because you have like a huge selection of games that you could just fucking beat.
But now Sony has that option too. It's got.
I don't at least from the way they explained it, I don't like how they're handling it. It seems more of
there's a
an
couple
inferior
hiccups.
version, but I need to read more about it.
Well, for a fact, it's definitely inferior to Game Pass. I mean, it's inferior in a couple different ways. First of all, the back catalog, when it comes to the premium edition, which is the most expensive, that is exclusive to only streaming. You can't download the classic games from like PS3.
Yeah, I strongly dislike that.
Which is it's terrible for games that are reaction based, so like fighting games, first person shooters, hack and slash. All these games really matter when it comes to reaction time, and if you have a slow connection, it's just not gonna play.
That's the issue. You have to have an amazing connection, and if you don't have like, even if your connection is decent, there will be stuttering, there will be frame drops, there will be times where the game just like freezes, because we're not at an age for our like internet infrastructure that it can handle this type of like streaming a game like that. So it sucks that that if you I'm not a fan of the whole like, here's our version of Game Pass, but we have like all these different tiers where if you pay a little bit more, we give you more about like with this other stuff. It's like I kind of like that Game Pass is just, we just have this, get this, and that's it. You get all the games. That's all you get any game that comes out day one. At least not any, but like a majority of the games that come out day one, you can just play it. That's it. There's no different tiers. You just pay for that and you're golden. That's really what I enjoy, and I don't like that.
It's accessible.
Sony has to make different tiers of like different payments for each. I don't like that.
I think Sony fucked up when they announced this whole system and they didn't have a library at that point. Like they announced the whole system, but they didn't have a list of games, a library of games to back that up. So there's a lot of confusion. And then when they launched, there's this category that is really, really strange. Like there's 3 different tiers, right? There's the Central, which is base PS Plus. There's Extra, which is getting contemporary games or games of this and the last generation. And then there's a Premium where you get to stream legacy games from like PS3. Now, the games that are considered classic and considered extra are really fucking weird. Like there's Borderlands games, like Borderlands 2, for example, that is only accessible on the Premium tier, which is really fucking dumb because that game is recent. And so there are a lot of games that fit in the classic category that should be in the contemporary, that are within the last 10 years, within the last 5 years, that aren't. They're considered classic. And so I think that these companies are paying Sony, or there's some kind of transactional deal where it's like, you gotta make these kids pay a little more to get our game. Like we have a higher standard. Because it's really strange to see these games that are categorized fucking differently for seemingly no fucking reason.
I don't like that. I'm
really
looking
bizarre.
I'm looking at the fucking PS5 right now of like the PlayStation Plus or whatever that just came out.
Look at that catalog, and it'll tell you. Just tell me the games that you see, and tell me the categories that they're in.
My issue right now, what I'm seeing is cause they're showing for Spider-Man Miles Morales, which you know just came out like 2020. I'm not a fan where if you upgrade and get the premium or whatever, you get to play the game for free, but it's streaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it says upgrade to premium to stream this game and hundreds more. I hope that means to stream this game. I hope that means like they don't actually mean like I'm streaming the game. I hope it means like
download
for me to stream it on Twitch or whatever, because that's so weird.
Well, it doesn't make any sense, because...
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't mean it like that.
No.
That's awful. I thought it was just for PS3 games.
I'm telling you,
PS5 games too?
These games are categorized in such a really, really weird way. I'm telling you. Keep looking at that list and tell me what games you see that are categorized differently and like that strike you odd.
You're right, because look, for Demon Souls, upgrade to extra to access this game. So yeah. So for Demon Souls, you could just play like regular, but
okay.
I guess with Miles Morales, it's you can only stream this one.
What the fuck? Like how and why are some games that are recent only accessible via streaming? Like what?
Same go for the game. Go for the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out.
How could you play that game? Like why are these games locked behind a certain way of play? Like there's just some kind of under table deal that's going on that we don't know about, because it's categorized in such a fucking dumb way. Like for the PS3 games, that makes sense because the architecture was hard to develop for, and so it has to be hard to modernize and to update. So that makes sense on a technical level. But for these modern games that just came out, there's no reason for them to not be able to be downloaded at the current gen consoles.
Must suck for the people that like aren't exactly tech savvy and didn't read the point about streaming the game. But then they buy the game and it's like, oh, okay, I have to be online to play this game. Oh wait, okay, I have to have a good connection in order to stream this game. That kind of sucks. I didn't know this was a thing.
So I mean, this is why, you know, they need to really work on this list and the offerings and be well. First of all, they fucked up in the fact that they could have just been like bronze, silver, and gold. Or no, you know what? No.
I don't know what it confuses me too.
Silver, gold, and platinum. So silver would be the base.
Yeah, like you guys already have like the whole trophy system.
Yeah,
why not just carry that over? Like, oh, here's the bronze, the bronze tier, the silver tier, and then the gold tier, or the platinum tier, whatever.
Platinum would be premium, extra would be silver, and essential would be bronze.
As someone that follows like video games in general, I'm not a fan of the whole like premium, essential. Like, I don't know, that's a weird way to name it. Like,
from the start, the labeling was really strange, but even now, it's still what classifies as a classic versus an extra game. It's still really fucking weird. It's really vague, and like I said, there's something else at play here that we don't know about. That's gonna come to light at some point, because this is just, it doesn't make sense. But moving on from that, The Last of Us Remake, we got a hint of my most anticipated multiplayer mode in years. Factions. It's gonna be coming out.
I have some things to say about the remake, but yeah, it's cool that they're they're coming out with the multiplayer now.
Finally, years. And so the reason why it's been taking so long in development is because they're making some sort of single player component to that game. They're making it standalone. Yeah,
apparently the multiplayer is gonna be big. The way they made it sound.
They said it's gonna be big. It's gonna be the biggest yet. The single player is gonna be somewhat. I don't know how meaty they said it's gonna be, but it's gonna be there, which I didn't even expect. And it's coming out next year at some point. I don't even think we got like a time frame. It just said next year. And so I'm pretty excited. It's just gonna, in terms of like scope, I didn't expect it to be this big, but I am happy that it's gonna be a standalone because I don't want to download an entire game to access one mode. So I'm pretty happy about that. But the remake has been making the rounds in terms of social media and coverage. There are people who fucking need glasses out there in the gaming community because you guys can fucking see the differences between the remake and a remaster.
I have some things to say about that remake.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so what are you, okay, well, just so the audience knows, so what are your thoughts on the remake?
I'm happy about it. I don't mind it. I'll take it. If you're gonna remake a
I
game, remake a great
I am
game.
in the favor of it's cool that it's being done, I guess, but it should have never been made to begin with. It should never have. No one should have. No, I feel like there's no one that said, "Damn, you know what? I feel like Last of Us needs to be remade." Like it's so weird for a game that came out in the end of PS3's life cycle, that came out uh, remastered on PS4, and then came out on PS5. Um, it's so weird for a game like that that looks good even on the PS3. It looks like really good. That they
Hmm.
wanted a remake it. Like why? You guys only have like two games so far. It's not like one Last of Us 5 or whatever. Uh, which we're barely on the second. So it's like why remake it? Unless they're gonna change certain stuff about the story to like I haven't played part 2 yet, and I'm gonna
Me neither.
unless but I've heard about like some of the stuff that bad stuff that happened.
Yeah.
But um, I unless they're gonna remake it so part 2 is a bit more understandable of why certain things happened. I don't know why a remake is being made, and I strongly disagree. And I really wish they worked it on another Naughty Dog IP that they had, like Jack and Daxter.
Well, Eric's a hater.
No, like
Anyways.
no. I'm saying like it's cool that it's being made. I just it should not have been. But I mean, it's already been done, so whatever.
I mean, I hear you, and I didn't want this, but I do appreciate this because if you're gonna remake a game, remake one of the best games. Like they're remaking RE4, people are fucking ecstatic for that, and so this game's being remade. I think it's too early for a remake, but I'll fucking take it because it's an amazing game. It's groundbreaking. The story that it tells is just to this day is one of the best that I've played on a game, and I'm completely fine with it. All the performances, the script, the voice acting, it's all staying. I don't think of any of it's gonna be changed. So it's pretty much only gonna be
You don't think
visual
the story
overall.
would be changed?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Really?
gonna be the script is gonna be 100%, maybe 95% exact to what we saw last time. And so the only thing that's really gonna be changing is visuals and like minor details in terms of like facial capture, motion capture, fidelity. But it's all I think it's all gonna be graphical. And from what we've seen so far, it looks fucking amazing. It looks like Last of Us Part 2. It looks modern. And I'm interested to see how they're gonna take mechanics from Last of Us 2, maybe even factions, and bring that into the remake. And it's gonna update the gameplay, refreshen it, modernize it, and I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, I think I'm gonna get a day one because I haven't played that game in so long, and I very very rarely replay games. It's extremely rare for me, but I'll make an exception for this game because it's one of the best.
It's a day one purchase for you?
I think so, depending on the price. Depending on the price, because
Okay.
I know there's a fucking
I think it's
$100
a
version of
60.
it.
No, actually, it might be a 70. It might be a
Oh
70.
god. Oh, you know what? I'm maybe not a day one. I'll probably pick it up for. I'll take it back.
Yeah, because you know how Sony is with their fucking new games now.
I'm gonna probably wait a minute for that, but
For whatever
I'll be
fucking
playing it.
reason.
I'll be playing it.
The only downside of fucking Sony games right now lately, and I think they're only doing it for their. Because I remember something about reading an article with, not every game for PS5 that comes out is 70. It's up to Sony's choice.
Oh
So
shit.
I think they're only doing it for their IPs, which again fucking sucks ass. That is not consumer friendly, but as Xbox and Steam for PC games that's still 60. For some reason,
Mhm.
Sony went to this 70. So just an odd decision, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to make an extra buck, but it's fine, I suppose. If you're really, like I said, this is another perk about. If this is a perk with having patience. If you can wait, like I am, for the remake, you can pick it up on a discount, on a holiday sale, on a summer sale, winter sale, whatever it may be. Pick it up for 25% off, 20% off, and it's better than nothing, right? Or you can just go to GameStop, get it used that way. There's ways to go about it, and I mean, it's perfectly fine. You can avoid that $70 game tag if you have the patience to do so. But when it comes to the game, I'm excited for it, man. I'm honestly more excited for Factions just because there's just so much we haven't seen. We haven't even seen any gameplay yet, but I'm down. I'm down for the remake. I'm okay with the idea with that game being remade. I think it's a little too soon. It's not even 10 yet. The game is 9 years old. It made 9 years only days ago. So it's not even a decade since the launch of the original Last of Us on the PS3. But that said, I'm fine with it. If I had the choice, I would have remade another game, but that's completely okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's being done, but yeah.
I don't mind it. It's a good fucking great game. So, moving on.
But you are excited for the multiplayer, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like my number one.
Oh, dude, I forgot to mention about the remake. I can't stand people. Cause it happened with Horizon Zero Dawn. Not Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon 2. I forgot
Forbidden
what
West.
Forbidden West, yeah. Where they showed a alloy, and people were like, it was one of the trailers or one of the gameplay videos or whatever. And then when they showed alloy, this whole thing came off of Twitter that was like that somebody made what is it, an edit, I guess that's what I'm thinking of. They made an edit they edited Alloy's face because it's like, what is wrong with this in-game Alloy? She does not look like a woman, and she looks more like a man. So they edited the face a little to make her look much feminine. And everybody on Twitter, huh?
So you're telling me the developer caved to the social media criticism?
No, they didn't cave in. It was just a random Twitter account that said like, oh, I don't like that this game, she doesn't look feminine. So yeah, so they it was just a Photoshop edit, like some Twitter account made, and it went around the gaming news, and people were making jokes, or people were talking shit, because it's like, fucking the guy added her her to have lipstick, look like fucking her eyebrows done or whatever, and it's
oh my god,
not every girl has to look like fucking a cover model.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, and then for the last, and I mentioned that because the Last of Us Part 1, the remake, they showed some screenshots of the characters and the comparison of the original and then with the remake.
Mm-hmm.
What's the girl's name that saved you in the beginning?
Not from the prologue, right? Oh, Tess, right? It's Tess.
Tess. Yes, that's exactly. There's a picture of they show a screenshot of Tess before in PS3.
Right.
Yeah, and then the remake. And in the remake, she looks a little bit more older. You could see fucking
Yeah, she went from hot milf to just grandma.
Yeah, she went from hot milf to grandma, and immediately on Twitter people exploded fucking, what the fuck happened? Why did she turn into what happened to a previous one? She looked better looking back then, in the PS3. And now you guys made it look fucking ugly with all this detail.
I get it.
And yeah, and it's it just again passed around because it's why does every girl have to be in look like a fucking cover model or whatever? So yeah, there's been backlash about that now, I guess.
People are fickle and people are sensitive. That's just the time that we live in. I don't really have much to say on that. Just fucking, if you're so upset about that, you should just fucking go outside, read a book.
Yeah,
jack off.
Okay, yeah, that's basically the end of the story. It's just, if you're upset about that, I don't know, fucking get a girlfriend or I don't know.
Or a sex doll or pocket pussy.
Yeah, there's more to life, bro. Than a fucking 010101 character model made out of from a computer.
I also wanted to say that people were upset because Forbidden West reused a certain animation in the first game, and people were mad about that too. I'm like, dude, these games are so expensive to make, millions and millions of dollars. Just get over yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna see a certain action, for 5 seconds, and that's it. That's gonna ruin the game for you.
Hey, dude, they were using the same voice actor. Are you pissed? Come on, man. Anyways, so last topic of the show. We're gonna get into games that we're currently playing. I'll start us off. I'm playing The Quarry, which is made by Supermassive Games. These are the developers who made Until Dawn. Same style of gameplay.
Shit, yeah.
Instead of having 6 characters to play with, you have 8 now. This game is taking high amounts of influence from horror films of the 80s. A lot of slasher inspiration here, and just right off the bat, playing it on the PS4 Pro, the game is highly cinematic, runs smoothly, very minimal amount of bugs.
It looks good as Until Dawn?
Better.
Oh!
Better. And
Until Dawn was a good looking game too.
it didn't run too well, but here on my Pro, being a brand new game, it runs very, very well. Here's a couple different key differences between that and Until Dawn. So this game has fewer amount of choices. So at any given choice, you have 2 now. So it's either like, dismissive or whatever, annoyed, whatever the hell it might be. But it's only 2 at a time. And once you pick a path that's gonna kind of lock you in, the game will let you know. You know, like other games, it wouldn't even tell you. It's very subtle. This game was like really, really blatant with the way it tells you. It'll tell you path chosen, and it'll show you like in the center of the screen and glitch out because you're kind of watching via VHS tapes. So it kind of glitched out in that screen tear kind of way. The setup is pretty cool. Bunch of kids work at a camp. It's summertime. It's the last day. Everyone leaves, and you kids have to stay because the van broke down and shit hits the fan. And so
it's the same premise of like a killer or whatever.
I don't want to give too much away, but shit's going down. And
okay, cool. No, I was seeing people like tweet about the game. Like, yeah, I'm interested.
I'm liking the characters. I'm liking the writing. It's making me laugh. I like the music. I like the presentation. I do like how they got some actors that are pretty famous. They got one Disney actress who was on The Life of Cody. What's it called again?
Sweet Life? Was that
what was the Asian girl called? The Asian?
They got London?
They got her. She's in the game. And dude, she's a fucking bitch. But she's also fucking hilarious, so that's alright.
Is she cursing in it?
Oh, dude, I don't want to spoil everything, but she's a bitch.
Oh, nice.
And
I'm
so,
interested.
aside from her, they got another actor. They got the sheriff from Scream. I don't remember his name.
I can't remember.
So we saw Scream, right, in theaters. The guy,
5, yeah.
the guy who has the gun, the sheriff.
Look at that fucking! Oh my fucking god, the idiot.
He's in the game, so they got a really good cast of characters here. I'm overall really, really liking it. It's scary. It's got this whole premise. Since it's not the Dark Pictures anthology, the way you segue from chapter to chapter via this weird mystical figure is interesting. I'm liking it a lot. I'm like 2 hours in, but it's fun. It's definitely an improvement from Until Dawn. Yeah, play
You
it,
still
man.
plan on streaming it after? Like from after this podcast?
No, because I'm streaming it with my lady with no commentary, no camera, so I'm only playing it with her.
Oh shit! Okay,
So
got
the
it.
streams will be pretty much unscheduled.
Okay, got it.
Yep, but great. I'm having a great time with it. I highly recommend it. This is the only game all year that I'm buying day one, and I'm happy with the purchase. So grab it if you're.
Yeah, I kind of trust the people from Until Dawn, to be honest.
Like if you want a great party game, great horror game, a game that's gonna like very cinematic, that's very low gameplay input, this is a great one to get.
Yeah, I trust them.
So what you playing there?
Right now, oh my god! And then let me gush about a Game Pass real quick,
Come.
cause I enjoy both consoles. I love both consoles. I probably use the PS5 more, to be honest. Overall,
What does that tell you?
especially because I'm still playing Infamous. What's it called?
Second Son.
Second. Yeah, I'm still trying to beat the game, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I want to go to Last of Us 2 because I just want to get it done already. Right now, it's because I was looking at the PlayStation Store right now. It's $40, so I'm looking at it. Probably gonna buy it. I don't know. Is there? When does Summer Sale happen? Do you know?
There's a sale right now, actually.
Yeah, but do you know when the summer sale goes down or no? Do you remember?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Okay, because I'm gonna check that later and see when usually they do summer sale. Maybe it's the beginning of summer. I don't know, but I'll wait for that and see if maybe it goes down a little bit more. And if not, I'm just gonna fucking buy it and see for myself what this is because I enjoyed Last of Us 1 a lot. So I just want to get 2 done. But yeah, right now playing Infamous Second Son, and before we started this whole podcast for today, I was playing TMNT. It just came out this Thursday that came out, and I didn't have to pay for it. I did not have to pay for a price like you do over here in PlayStation or in Steam. I got it for completely free. I did not have to pay for it at all, and that's what I wanted to gush about was, dude, I love Game Pass so much. Like just to throw off a couple games that are on Game Pass. They have even if you don't care about these games, it's just the option that's there. They have Halo the Master Chief Collection. They have Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, Outer Worlds, Doom Eternal, Alien Isolation, Hollow Knight. They have what is it? Titanfall 2. They have Arkham Knight. They have New Vegas. They have Destiny 2. Oh, well, Destiny 2 is free to play.
It's free to play. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have Yakuza, they have Prey, they have A Way Out.
Wow.
It's just that they have a lot of Fallout 4, and then RE7. They just have a lot of games that are just like, this isn't even like the entire catalog, but just some. They have a lot of games that are just there that, if you're a hardcore gamer or just a casual, like, you have such a huge collection. But, I'm fucking sidetracking. TMNT, if you played the old arcade game that was I don't even think it was 4 players. I think was it 8 players?
Some of them are 4 players.
Yeah, I think the most popular one was 4 players, but yeah, it's basically the whole beat 'em up arcade of choosing. At least from what I got to play a little bit from the beginning, you only get the 4 turtles, Splinter, and then April. I know. I remember seeing screenshots that you could play Taste the hockey guy, but I haven't had the option to pick him. I don't know if you unlock him later in the game or after the game's over. I have no clue. But playing the game, you could tell that these people added a lot of care to the. I really cared about making a good game. Gameplay's really good. There's like really cool cutscenes and it's all like pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of different combinations. You have supers, whatever. So far, I've only gone to the 3rd level of the game, and at least from what I'm seeing, there's a boss for every stage of the game, which is cool.
Love that.
But yeah, so far I'm really like enjoying the game a lot. And again, the best part about it all is I did not have to pay for it at all. I just downloaded it and I'm fucking playing a game. So hopefully finishing it sometime this weekend or this week coming up. But really enjoying this game a lot. Love it.
Hell yeah.
Could not recommend it any higher.
There you go. I mean, it's a classic beat 'em up, but it's been remastered, and I know there's multiple games in there, so it's a lot of gameplay. And then there's I'm sure there's like leaderboards and extra levels, and so yeah, you get a lot of.
So that's what I feel like that's what you need sometimes in these for video games. It's like just a regular beat 'em up. Yeah, nothing, no long hard story or whatever, like fucking complex. What's the meaning of life or whatever? It's just a regular beat 'em up is fucking sometimes what's needed.
Yeah, sometimes less is more.
Because I'm enjoying Infamous right now, but it's a good like. Well, what do you call it? I think you call it a palate cleanse.
Well, Infamous,
it's just a good palate cleanse.
Yeah, Infamous is just this in terms of moment-to-moment gameplay. It's just so fluid, and it's honestly that game. You could play it after playing a long 300-hour RPG. You could play it after an indie, after
I took a break from the game, came back to it. I was shocked that like I didn't feel foreign to me.
Like the game is really accessible, and it doesn't really. That game does not. How would you say? It doesn't overextend its stay, like for example, Alien Isolation does. it's just long enough where like you get you're satisfied, you get your fill, but you could definitely be like, oh, I could play some more.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm not at a point in the game where it's like, God, just get to the end. Like so far, game's really good. I enjoy it.
I never felt
The
that.
only game so far that I've played that's like that, that's recently, is Horizon for sure.
Are you playing the first game or the second game?
The first one. I haven't even beaten it yet.
I mean, that's a lot of open world games nowadays, and that's the thing where, like I was saying, I've said this before, but nowadays, for some games, I won't even fuck with the side missions.
Oh, dude, I don't know. This is, again, another topic for another day, maybe. But, I even saw, I think, what's her name? The white-haired girl for GameSpot.
Alana Pierce.
Alana Pierce.
Woo!
Alana Pierce, where it's like, she tweeted about like I got, because it was in reference to StarField, because you know how like Todd would like oh, you know, there's a bunch of planets, thousands of planets where anywhere you can explore.
I think she said 1,000 planets.
What happened?
I think she said 1,000.
Yeah, she tweeted something along I'm paraphrasing, but she tweeted something along the lines where I think I've gotten to the point where when I hear, you know, oh, like there's a bunch of planets, I'm not interested in it, in the sense that I'd probably, like 1,000 of those planets, maybe like 10% or like 20 will have actual like important like missions or whatever. And then the 80% either it'll be dead or just side quests that are completely boring.
Fuck. Absolutely.
So, it's just, that's the issue, is that like, sometimes it's not good to have like that much content in a game, or like that much.
It's quantity over quality. No wait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're choosing.
Yeah, quality over quantity is sometimes the best thing.
Yeah, less is more. I'd rather a game. I would rather finish a game feeling like, oh man, I want more. I want to see where the story goes, where the characters develop, or where this can go. Versus like how I felt after playing Alien Isolation, or maybe even Red Dead 2, and being like, I'm so fucking burnt out. I don't want to even finish a game. I'm forcing myself.
I felt that way for Batman Arkham Knight and for Spider-Man, where it was like, damn, really? I did the entire game? Like, oh, dude, I wanted more. Sometimes it's just a bad thing where it's like, if your game is too long, it's like, ah, dude.
It's detrimental.
By the end, the last thing you want to feel, like, by the end of the game, you're like, thank God I do not want to play this shit again. I'm gonna delete it.
Like Uncharted 4, that game had so much fluff. It's crazy. So much fluff. I'm like, that game could have been 5, almost maybe even 10 hours shorter.
Yeah, I think there were certain points in that game for sure that they were just stretching it for.
It's like, oh no, I gotta move this trash can to the right, and like, what the fuck, like. But it's on the other side of the map. I can't do it so easily. Like, it's just so much fluff just to pad out the game time. Like, just give me less.
Uncharted 2 is still the best out of all the Uncharteds.
I like 2 a lot. I think 2 is like number 2 on my list. I think Lost Legacy for me is number 1.
Oh, I haven't played it. I have to.
Oh, you haven't played it? Oh my god.
I haven't.
They just you know what? It's kind of good that you didn't, because they just released a new version of it. And so it's patched with like PS5, you know, specs and all that stuff.
Nice.
So you're gonna get like the best version available right now.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I need to. And I want to get back to the multiplayer of the game too.
Oh, dude, it's so fun.
I still think Uncharted, but even though Uncharted, I still prefer Uncharted 2, like, overall. I still think Uncharted 3 is, like, overall, my favorite multiplayer, for sure.
It was really good.
But
really, really fun.
yeah, I wanna get back into it. I'm probably get Lost Legacy too, and I'll try to like finish the story. Yeah, I really love Uncharted. I'm a sim for that fucking series.
Oh yeah, me too, dude. Absolutely. We need another.
You think that there's gonna be another one made or not?
I hope so, with some kind of spin-off with Chloe or the other girl. I forgot her name.
Yeah, you thinking like they'll bring Drake back or just new characters?
I think maybe he'll show up as like a supporting character. I don't know if he'll be the protagonist or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm down for like a new cast, but I don't know. If they do decide to bring it back.
I'm down for a new character. Give me Chloe. Give me Drake's brother. Give me.
It doesn't even have to be Chloe. Just give me a new character.
I mean,
give me a new fucking completely different character that's made for
Different
it.
group of
Doesn't have to be
characters,
Drake.
different. Oh, okay. Fuck
Yeah.
it. I'll take that too. Refresh
Yeah,
it.
cause they said that this is the end of Drake's story. Like that's where they wanted to finish it.
Yeah,
So
he
it'd be
said.
weird for them to say that and then be like, actually, the fucking, we're continuing it. If they want to and they really want to bring it back, fucking give it to a new, give a new character. Just make a new character for it.
Who do they think they are? Marvel? Alright.
That's the end of the show.
I think that's gonna mark the end of today's episode, y'all. You can find me at Pliskin Plays on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Black People Meet, Black Lives Matter, Farmers Market, Christian Mingle, on everything. You can find Eric at Night Slash. Replace the one with an I. No, sorry, the I with a 1 on Instagram, Twitter, on everything.
Follow me on CoinHub.
Follow his Pornhub channel. He uploads there daily.
CoinHub, not Pornhub. I would never.
He also has an OnlyFans. Subscribe to that. He uploads exclusive content. He's a top 1%er, so you know he's good. Which is not a
Let me
thing
pay for my bills.
Help him pay for his bills, and he's a 1%er, which is not a thing that every single OnlyFans person says they are, because it's absolute bullshit.
It's
Just
funny.
like just how every
I'm a
book is
1%.
every
I'm a
fucking
1%er. It's like how? How can there be so many people that are 1%ers?
Exactly.
That doesn't add up.
because it's absolute bullshit. It's like how
Yeah.
every book is a fucking New York Times bestseller.
Ah, dude,
It's just-
I hate that with fucking movies, dude. A movie will come out. This was the best movie that came out this year, and it's like, bro, it's fucking been January,
Exactly.
like January, February, like what movie that came out this year?
These fucking metrics are bullshit. It's all advertising. It's all fucking snake oil. It's all bullshit. Don't believe it. But that'll do for this episode. Thank you guys for watching on Twitch, on YouTube. We just hit what was it, like 50 hours of watch time on that channel for some reason. You guys are
Let's
fucking
go.
crazy. 50 hours. You guys have been watching my channel for 50 hours. That's like 2 days and change. Thanks guys, appreciate that. It's fucking crazy. It's a lot of time. Who the fuck is watching? Don't know, but I appreciate it. So
I love
thank you and thank you anyways. I love you. Eric loves you. And yeah, see you guys next time, huh?
All right, bye.
Bye.